Calling the council for whole committee meeting for January 12th, 2021 to order at 7 p.m. All members of the council present. Present from the administration is our Mayor and Safety Director Dennis Morley, Police Chief Ted Livingston, Fire Chief Larry Wright, and our Law Director Randy Flanders. Does anyone recording of this meeting as a courtesy to your fellow attendees, please identify yourself so they know that being recorded. Seeing no one, the city is like recording this meeting. Under legislation proposed, we have legislation 1-12-01, an ordinance to amend section 155.38 insurance.
Originally with the union and the 155, the insurance rate contribution was 10%. These for the next 3 years of 11, 20, 21, and 22. We already did 20, so it's 11% last year. It'll be 12% this year and 13% next year. So this just shows the changes, and then does what we agreed to with all labor unions. That's for right now we're still waiting to answer our police negotiations. But this is that's all extra 155 numbers for their contribution.
Any questions for the mayor? If no, we'll move on to legislation pending. Third reading of legislation number 12-08-05. And this is an ordinance for CUP for sale of firearms.
This is for us sent over the email with Carolyn and myself and Plan Commission. And I sent you guys an email with the indicative license, so again, this is the final reading of it.
So everything's in order?
That?
So everything is in order?
Yeah, everything's in order.
Nothing under miscellaneous? This council as a whole committee meeting is adjourned at 7:03 p.m. Calling the regular council meeting of January 12th, 2021 to order at 7:04 p.m. Mr. Zern, will you lead us in the pledge of allegiance? I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Mr. Zern, will you please call the roll?
Here. Mr. Singh. Here. Mr. Spahn.
Here.
Mr. Gully.
Here.
Mr. Evers.
Here.
Mr. Overstreet. Here. And President Myers.
Yes. So a motion to approve the agenda for the regular council meeting of January 12th, 2021.
So moved.
There's a second.
Second.
Mr. Zern, will you please call the roll?
Mr. Zern, yes. Mr. Spahn.
Yeah.
Mr. Casetta.
Yeah.
Mr. Gully.
Yes.
Mr. Evers.
Yeah.
Mr. Overstreet. And President Myers.
Yes, the motion carries, the agenda is approved. We have no minutes to approve at this time. Which we'll have those up for the next meeting unless you have technical difficulties pulling up the recording of the meetings. No. Next schedule of council of whole committee meeting is scheduled for Tuesday, January 26, 2021 at 7 p.m. with the regular council meeting immediately following the adjournment of the council of whole committee meeting. Mr. Zern, I believe you have a motion.
Yes, thank you, Mr. President. I hereby move to approve the moral claims of Lisa Gleason in the amount of $716.02 for damage to her car, position of the city.
Just a little background on it. When we were plowing snow, big piece of the curb road went in her driveway. The snow obviously accumulated more. When she pulled in, she ran into a big hole in her bumper. So, talking to Nick Fields, and I feel that we should pay for her bumper to be repaired, and that is DUC for it.
Any questions for them, Mr. Evers?
Did she bring in repair bills? Yes. Their insurance company paid them, or no? No, she's waiting on us. Yeah, we have all the things. The only thing for our that I believe we told the company that's fixing the car gets the tax off. We're not paying any tax.
We're picking up the entire cost. Anyone else have any questions for that? Someone like to second the motion?
Mr. President?
Yes.
Mr. Spot? Mr. Gully?
Yes.
Mr. Evans?
Yes.
Mr. Overstreet? Yes. President Hess?
Yes, the motion carries. Now move on to committee reports. If we have, if there's already up to things.
Yes, I just wanted to, let the council know that I am meeting with the Salvation Army and some of the nonprofits tomorrow. We are going to start a book bag drive, school supply collection drive. Since the schools are reopening, they've been virtual for a long time. I think there's a great need out there, with, what's happened in the last year. So, we're going to be collecting that, I'll be posting that, and, probably have a few distribution in town, things going on in Moeller, for the, local school system here. Also, just wanted to give a report on the free kids meal. We did, on Saturday, we distributed about 500 pizzas from Master Pizza Eastlake. It went really well. We handed out 420 codes. It was wonderful. It was great. Helped a lot of people. We announced the next one, which is Saturday, February 6th, at Willow Praise. It's sponsored by Sports Fanatics. We're going to kind of celebrate President's Day with President Lincoln and Washington there to play to the kids and things they come through for their lunch. And also, as a reminder, there's a Vine Street Board Business meeting. It is January 21st, Thursday. It's at 3 o'clock, and that is held at Willow Creek. And that concludes my report.
Do you have any questions?
On those book bag drives and what have you, I know that the courts are still looking for opportunities for defendants to do community service, because COVID hasn't given us a lot, so it's not our opportunity for COVID. So there might be a connection there, maybe about probation,
Oh, that'd be great.
yeah, I would get it.
Okay, thank you, I appreciate it.
Anyone else? Okay. We'll move on to recognition of the public. For now, the recognition of the public, speakers all about to be directed to the chair, but it will not involve personality. They're limited to 3 minutes per person, 30 minutes total. No one is entitled to speak. Is there anyone who wishes to address the council? Anyone? Okay. We will move on to legislation proposed. Mr. Vernon, will you read legislation number 1-12-01?
Ordinance amending section 155.38, insurances of the codified ordinances of the city of Eastlake, specifically subsection A, and declaring an emergency.
Is there a motion to suspend the rule requiring separate reading of the reading report?
So,
Is there a second?
Second.
Mr. Vernon, please call the roll.
Mr. Epps?
yes.
Mr. Spot?
Yes.
Mr. Kuzma?
Yes.
Mr. Gully?
Yes.
Mr. Overstreet? Yes. Mr. Kazarian, yes, and President Hess.
Yes. Is there a motion to adopt?
Move to adopt.
Is there a second?
Second.
Mr. Vernon, please call the roll.
Mr. Evans? Mr. Spot?
Yes.
Mr. Kuzma?
Yes.
Mr. Gully?
Yes.
Mr. Overstreet? Yes. Mr. Kazarian, yes, and President Hess.
Yes. The motion carries. The legislation is approved. We'll move on to legislation pending. This is our third reading. It's legislation number 12-08-05. Can you read the ordinance, Mr. Vernon?
An ordinance authorizing the issuance of a conditional use permit for the sale of firearms to Alfredo C. Correll Jr., Agent for 33851 Curtis Boulevard, Suite 200, Eastlake, Ohio, and declaring an emergency.
Is there a motion to suspend the rule requiring separate readings of the reading report? Is there a second?
Second.
Mr. Vernon, please call the roll.
Mr. Spot?
Yes.
Mr. Gully?
Yes.
Mr. Kuzma?
Yes.
Mr. Evans?
Yes.
Mr. Overstreet? Yes. Mr. Kazarian, yes, and President Hess.
Yes. Is there a motion to adopt?
Move to adopt.
Is there a second?
Second.
Mr. Vernon, please call the roll.
Mr. Spot?
Yes.
Mr. Gully?
Yes.
Mr. Kuzma?
Yes.
Mr. Evans?
Yes.
Mr. Overstreet? Yes. Mr. Kazarian, yes, and President Hess.
Yes, and the motion is carried. The legislation is approved. We have no unfinished business, and we have no business. Move on to our administrative reports. The first report from our mayor and safety director, Dennis Morgan.
Thank you, Mr. President. Welcome to this evening's meeting, everyone. Or, I'm sorry, to you. So welcome. First, we'll start out with the vaccine. I'm sure the chief will have a little discussion also on it. So, the vaccine is coming into the county very slow. At this point, there has been 1,700 so far, 1,573 were given out. At this point, I did send you guys an email from the Lake County Health District. Over the weekend, they rolled out the forms that you could fill out. They ended up getting 12,000 people signed up for 400 vaccines. So, again, they're trying to, obviously we have to get more vaccines in. We did have a meeting, I had a meeting today again with the health district. Had a meeting yesterday with Commissioner Hammercheck, Health District Ron Graham, their regular Mayor Fiala, Jason Boyd from the county, and Ken Flipiak, the city manager from Mentor. We are the side committee that's going to end up working with the fire chiefs to try to get these ponds that are out there right now. There's 7 ponds in place. Well, there's suggested 7 ponds. Like I said before, one of them would be, especially when the weather gets great, would be our parking lot. So the fire chiefs are working with the county, with the commissioners and Jason Boyd, the administrator, to get that moving. We want to be prepared in case there is some sort of onslaught saying, here's 5,000 vaccines, we need to be ready. We need to be ready to have people to give out the vaccine. So as we get more information on that, I'll email you or report to the meeting. The SID, which is the Special Improvement District, all the cities have all their legislation in. Amanda Gordon, which is working with us in the county, will be filing that with the state, and then we just have another conference call last week. We'll start having conference calls with our residents that signed up, so they can start meeting with the bank. She's still finishing up a few things on the bank, and we'll get to that. We've been going back and forth for meetings with trees and trees issues. There's a tree that is imminent danger on Beach Park. It goes over a house on Iris. I'll send you guys the pictures in the email. Randy is going to be filing a lawsuit since we have the ordinances. As a nuisance, we have sent out 3 notices with no response from the resident. The pictures, when I send you, you'll see that the tree is dead. That it's over. It's already one piece is falling on the residences on one street. It's brought the attention to us. So that's the route we're going to go and see where that goes. But again, with this whole thing, we can't go on private property, so hopefully the lawsuits, people will end up cutting at least a portion of the tree, but they need to just cut down. They don't want to cut the whole tree down right now, at least get the parts that's hanging on their neighbors, over their neighbor's house, which is at their child center. The EMA also I posted on our website or on our social media. It's called the WEN, Wireless Emergency Notification System. It's a new system that the county put in for the emergency management system. You can go on there and sign up for what you actually want to be called for. Obviously, the big one in our city is the river. When I do the reverse 911 call out to the harbor area and the office off East Island and West Island and river. But on there you can pick what you want. You can have snowstorms and different things on there. So you can sign on and I can forward you guys all the emails that they just sent us out also. Rita, to contact Rita, I guess, Mentor Finance, person from Mentor Finance called me today because that's where the Rita office was, and Rita's not in there because of COVID. Mentor did say that they would put up the barriers and everything, and Rita declined. Especially our older residents coming in here already for taxes, there's no one there. So the 800 number is kind of, you go on the 800 and you got to hit different numbers. So I'm going to try to talk to Rita, talk to American managers for us to send a letter to Rita, try to get that tax, especially during tax season. If nothing else, it's made. The problem is, from what Mentor told me today, everyone keeps going in there, and they go up to their offices. Also, Judy and Marion Norman, Program Manager for Lake County Plan and Community Development. We will be rolling out for our homeowners through the Lake County Commissioner's Office and the Department of Housing and Urban Development. home repairs. Again, you'll have to fall into where your income falls in, and again, I'll send you that email. We just got done with the letters today, what's going on. We'll be in the area of Beach Park, Campers, Woodstock, Clinton, all those areas, at this point. Start, I think they said 348 households are sending them out to. So, I will get you more information, and again, I'll send you the email. So, Judy and Mary will be working on that. With that concludes my report, and I'm open for questions.
Any questions for Matt? Thank you, Matt.
You're welcome.
We will move on to our fire chief, Ted Whitaker.
Thank you, Mr. President. So like the mayor had said, the vaccine program, as it is today, has rolled out. I want to say this, I'm going to get a lot of information. Lake County Health Department has done a wonderful job. The problem isn't so much the distribution, it's the lack of supply. And that's not getting on the vaccine. So what's happened over the last 3 weeks, we've had 13 firefighters get first shot. The two have gotten today, so I haven't talked to them yet about their shot. The 11 prior, their first shot, the only thing that all of us reported was a sore arm. And outside of that, there was really nothing else. I know that the second shot does offer more of a side effect, so we'll most certainly keep an eye on that. But really what's happening is on Monday morning, the county gets made aware of how many vaccines they're actually going to have for the Tuesday distribution. And so there's about a 20-hour window or less to figure some of this mess out. And so, again, the county, with the help of the LEPC, has really done a nice job. I get an email on Monday morning, tells me how many spots the fire department actually has. We've done a survey with the police and fire, and I think teachers have too. And based on that survey, you get somebody will get prioritized. There's 4 priorities. So obviously, priority 1 is the main group of people that try to get the vaccine first. So I really want to make sure everybody knows that the health department of the county has really done a nice job. It's just that the vaccine is just not there. So I think that just as I suspected, most people are being very fatigued with COVID, and I think that most people have done their very, very best to get through this, and there's been tons of sacrifice. So now we have, for a lack of a better term, a cure, a way out of this mess, and it's just not happening fast enough. So I think there'll be probably, hopefully, I pray, a lot more political pressure on our governor, and maybe at the federal level to start getting things distributed to the county. We're the smallest in the state, and I think we have a very robust system. We have a very active relationship between fire and the health department. We've done mass inoculation in 2009 with the H1N1 clinic. There was about a 4-week window that we actually inoculated tens of thousands of people in this county. Again, there's a little difference in this one, but the system's in place. So like the mayor was saying, there's the pods, the points of distribution that exist are all indoor facilities. So what the health department has done is they've proposed 7 new sites. Those will be drive-up sites. So if you read the News Herald this morning, the Woodville Sheep put out an article that Woodville Station would be one of those sites. Again, there's 7 proposed. I don't know how it would look as far as if you use all 7, if there would be a east, west, and central location, but we are part of that discussion. So the plans are in place, and most certainly, to the mayor's point, if somehow Lake County on that Monday morning says we have 5,000 vaccines, we want to make sure we're ready to vaccinate 5,000 people. The problem with these vaccines is kind of throws a curveball. It's twofold. There's a 2-shot process instead of just a 1-shot. And storage is terrible. It has to be maintained at a temperature. Both of them do. One is colder than the other. But as soon as you thaw the vaccine to start administering the shot, that vial has to be used in like a 6-hour window. And so there's always this fight internally, whether how much you should thaw and how much you can't thaw kind of thing. So you're really, from a logistical point of view, it's really a tough thing. But I think that the longer this goes, the quicker we can grab some of our heads around this. Hopefully we'll start seeing more. Again, priority is, again, correct me if I'm wrong, but I know that we're getting into the 1B. The 1B was, I know law enforcement's part of that, 1B, I know school teachers, K through 12 are part of that. And I believe this is 75 or 65 and older. And like the mayor said, you've already got 12,000 people signing up for these vaccines. So there's really a need to push a little bit more and get some of this stuff pushed out. It can't go much longer. And I think that, from a regional point of view, again, I always don't put much credence to studies and stuff like that, but I think that even in this region, I'm not sure we're getting a ton of vaccine yet. So hopefully that will change a little bit. I know that at the federal level, we'll see a change in the regime, and maybe the priority, I think that right now at the federal level, there's a lot of confusion about what our priority should be. And that means the priority should be from everybody that's elected official is the vaccine. But I know that that's not, the agenda at this point, so I will certainly not judge it. I just want everybody to know if you're getting calls from constituents, I know that we've worked very hard over the years to bolster a good relationship with health. I think that if we start seeing larger quantities of vaccine, I will certainly can assure you that the plan in place will allow us to start vaccinating greater numbers. I mean, literally, again, America correct me, but I think over the last 3 weeks, they get 400 or 500 doses for an entire county of 4 million people. And remember, that's one dose. So as soon as you inoculate the 1,700 people, they need to be guaranteed that those 1,700 get the next dose. So that's another 1,700 they already have to set aside for those people that got dose 1. So it really is a tough thing. And I think it needs to be said that the county health department is doing a very, very nice job. I can tell you from experience, the process is very easy. We went to the county engineer. Painesville Township has an outbuilding over there. You check in, you hand in the registration form. Somebody greets you at the car. They give you the shot, and then they have the paperwork part of it, and then you go into a cool-off period here. Because there has been some anaphylactic reaction, which is systemic reaction, you need to sit in an area for 15 minutes just to make sure you don't have those kinds of responses. So honestly, because the 15-minute period took longer than the whole process. So they really do a nice job, but I think they deserve some credit. So I think that we continue to push our bosses. I know I meet with Mayor probably more than he wants to, and I know that some of the senior leadership at the various managers level now are more involved talking to Ron, brand new health department to see what they can do to expedite the process. So really, truly, what we need to do is we need to get vaccines. So if you guys have contacts, political contacts, if you have people you know at the state level that you can start opening some eyes to, or even yelling at or screaming at, we really just need to get vaccine in this county. We need this mess to be over with. We got to get kids in schools. We got to get businesses open back up. We got to get mental health issues starting to be addressed. There's so many other things that are happening in our community. So I would just say that we'll lean on your political expertise to yell and scream at the right people, and hopefully we'll get that addressed. As always, I want you to know I'm there for you guys. So if you're hearing things, if there's questions you might have, call me up. And I most certainly think, I know that the President Myers has already been through some of the shot regime. But if you have people that are concerned, I try to walk through City Hall all the time and talk to the employees. I can't push whether or not I think that the community should be vaccinated. I think it's a personal choice, but I most certainly can tell you my experience with someone that's being vaccinated. So I would just say that if you have questions, have them reach out to the fire guys, and we can keep them in the loop. I know I probably talked too long, but I think we're at a crucial point here. Definitely at a crucial point here. We do have, again, I want to say secure, I don't think it's the right term, but we have a way out of this mess. We truly do. And that means that we just need to start getting people shot. So that's all I have to say. But I'm always here for you guys, so other than that, we'll questions.
Any questions, Chief?
I apologize.
Did you go back to the first thing you said?
Yeah. I actually probably could.
Thank you, Chief. With that being said, we'll move on to our police chief, Larry Rice.
Appreciate it. I do agree with the fire chief, he did speak too loud. It was obviously a important thing. But seriously, he's been a big help with us as well within the complex, getting people tested because we've had 8 or 9 infections, we've had a couple other people tested, and, the process for me has been seamless, where unfortunately I just send him the information and it gets handled, so, you know, I appreciate, and then both professionally and personally, trying to figure out what the best course for myself and the officers are, so, you know, Ted is, through nobody's surprise, is working extra hard to do this. We did the swearing in today for the promotions, John McCullough is moving to lieutenant, Chris Weber to sergeant. John McCullough's father was a lieutenant, both me and Jim Overstreet worked there. His dad was back one when I got hired, and so John's kind of filling that legacy there. Chris has been with us about 8.5 years, moving to the sergeant rank, really big deal. He's a little more reserved than normal, hoping at some point, you know, post-COVID, we do what we normally do and get like all of our new hires and promotable positions together for a little bit bigger of an event. We did start, the war on test started on the road yesterday, with training. We hired her, she worked at University Hospital, East Lake North graduate, until, again, started her training yesterday. We offered the job to Amon Otala, who lives over on the west side with his folks right now. He's a Marine Corps reservist, but we still hired him, Jim. And, he is a real solid kid. He works for RTA right now. He'll be coming to us, getting started in a couple weeks. Looking forward to getting that going. Those were our +1 for 2020, and our replacement for Lieutenant Angelo, who's off the schedule, but just not quite off the books. So continue to grow. We got a lot of good young people we're putting on. The process has been going well, and